Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Web Summit. Bienvenidos al Web Summit. This is going to be an exciting chat. I know it's going to be exciting because look at the crowd that we have. But I want us to just think for a minute. How often is it that you have seen on stage at the same time the CEO of a platform that houses content, a place for creators to make content, alongside a content creator? What we're going to talk about today is really kind of prize into that and discuss the business of content creation. Both of you have already had opportunities to do little conversations today. This is about the nitty-gritty. I hope some of you have already done your homework on OnlyFans. Some of you may be subscribers, some of you may be creators. We are here with Amy, the CEO of the platform, and we are here with Lottie Moss, a model and creator on there. When most of us think of OnlyFans, we tend to think of a particular kind of content. So Amy, I want to start with you and start with the first question, which is, what kinds of creators are you proud to have come to OnlyFans? And talk to us about the diversity on there and the kind of creators you have.
So I'm very proud to represent a range of content creators that are on OnlyFans. Yes, that is inclusive of adult content creators, glamour models. We also have race car drivers, chefs, fitness professionals, music artists. We're an 18 and over platform. We don't categorize anyone that's on OnlyFans. People are multi-hyphenates, so we give them an opportunity to safely express themselves and connect with their community. And I'm very proud to represent our community of over 2 million content creators, over 220 million fans or users on the platform. And we're continuing to grow. We're in over 100 countries, so we're very much a global business.
Can you go into a bit the ratio, if there is a pronounced ratio between creators and subscribers?
So it really varies. Every creator that's on the platform, they run their profile in a different way. We have over 2 million creators, and that's really over 2 million small businesses on OnlyFans. And you can have a free subscription, a paid subscription. There's different ways to monetize throughout the platform, and that really empowers creators to, be the CEOs of their own profile, and that's really exciting. And it's a very simple business model where creators take home 80% of all earnings on the platform. There's no hidden tiers. It's very simple and easy for the creators to use to have that safe place to express themselves.
There was a point not so long ago where there was a bit of bouncing around. OnlyFans at one point said that they would not be hosting explicit content on the platform, and then they backtracked. Can you reassure creators who are on there that something similar isn't going to happen again?
So I've been very outspoken that I embrace all of our content creators. That includes adult content creators, and every creator is entitled to that same right of having a safe place. And that's why we put safety as the foundation of our business, because you could be posting spicy content, you could be posting spicy food content. It's really up to each creator, but everyone has OnlyFans as a safe place for them, as long as they're 18 and over and follow our terms of service.
Lottie, as a creator on OnlyFans, do you feel safe on there? Do you feel safe
100%. I feel like it's the safest platform because you do it from the comfort of your own home. A lot of the time, you can shoot content on your time, how it, in your needs. So yeah, definitely, I feel safe.
Can you paint a picture for us of the kind of ecosystem of platforms that you use? I think it's very interesting that even though lots of people come to OnlyFans because of the monetizable element of it, compared to other spaces that you create content, you have a presence on Instagram, you have a presence on Twitter, you have a presence on TikTok. Have I missed any?
I don't think so. I think that's it, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's it.
And OnlyFans, obviously.
Do you need all 5? And why?
I think Twitter is really important to have for OnlyFans. I think a lot of traffic comes from Twitter. I think because of the restrictions with Instagram, I don't think as much traffic comes from there. So I think Twitter's the main one.
How does it feel to be the CEO of a platform that really is quite unique in the social media space right now? Several of the other platforms, Instagram has been notable for it, but they're very hostile spaces for content creators who want to post adult content. I have a nightmare posting sexual and reproductive rights journalism and reporting and education around that. What do you think the imprint of OnlyFans could be for other platforms?
It's an opportunity for creators and OnlyFans because we give creators that safe place where you're not getting ads, algorithms, experiencing, the barriers to fans seeing your content that's happening now on other platforms. And that's where everyone on OnlyFans is a human. There's no bots, there's no trolls. It's against our terms of service to do anything harassing. So it's very easy for a creator to then just block or report someone that that may not make them feel safe. And I hear from creators like Lottie pretty regularly about just the awful messages they get elsewhere, and it's really sad and disheartening.
It's like unavoidable too.
Yeah, and what's interesting, and I'm sure you've experienced this, is that one of the biggest pieces of feedback I get from anytime I speak with a creator is they always say, oh, everyone on OnlyFans is so nice and so positive, and they leave positive comments on my images. And it's like, well, yeah, these are your fans. Like, they're not signing up to subscribe to send you a mean message, but the positive messages get lost elsewhere because you're getting the bots, the trolls, and just those unfortunate communications versus on OnlyFans, where it's people who actually want to engage with you.
Yeah, I think it's because you have to subscribe to it, so it's like you're not like seeing anything that you don't want to see, you know what I mean?
In order to grow, what you just described, the downside and sort of harassment you get from people who encounter you online and send something nasty because they're not a paying subscriber, that is an experience that anyone in here who primarily works on a algorithmic platform like Instagram, like TikTok, that will resonate with us, because we regularly experience complete strangers finding our content, and they don't know us. It's completely out of context. Perhaps they post something we don't like the look of. Will OnlyFans avoid becoming like an algorithmic platform?
So we don't have algorithms on OnlyFans. So you only see content from creators that you subscribe to. So therefore, content can't go viral. You're literally only seeing the content from the creators you care about, and you've taken that extra effort to be a subscriber of, and that actually makes us a deterrent for bad actors and viral content.
But how sustainable is that for content creators? For example, you've said like a lot of your OnlyFans subscriptions have not been driven simply by being on OnlyFans, it's because you've posted about it on Twitter. So how is the platform going to grow around content creators and amplify them?
So that's where we have our streaming platform and app, OFTV, which is an opportunity for creators who are on OnlyFans to submit content to. It's available on Apple, Android, Roku, smart TVs, and that gives creators another platform to express themselves. And if a fan sees something they like, they can then go and subscribe to that creator on OnlyFans and connect with them, send them a message, and that's been a great outlet for creators to be able to grow their subscription base. And we do find a lot of creators are bringing in their community from these other platforms because and I'm sure this is your experience, the fans want that connection with the creator.
Yeah, it's so personal, so you feel like you're actually having a real connection, you know?
Talk to us about the diversity of content that you post on there. And I'm not only talking about subject matter, I'm literally talking about still photograph, short form video, long form video.
Yeah.
What does a day in the life of content creation or a week in the life?
So I do a lot more video content now. I think that's starting to become more popular with TikTok and stuff. It's definitely becoming more popular for video because it's kind of you get to see it as it's going, it's not just a picture that could have been taken whenever. So yeah, I think video content is definitely the main one now.
And how is that shot?
I do a lot of self-shot. I think that sells really well because it's actually personal. And then a lot of stuff I do with other creators. So I do a lot of content with them, and we film each other, which works quite well.
And when the journey began, so Lottie did a Q&A earlier where we heard a little of your journey that's gone from high fashion to OnlyFans. Yeah. When you began on OnlyFans and began accruing a platform, perhaps your existing platform already helped that first step?
I think definitely having a following from before and being known before helped to have, followers on OnlyFans, yeah.
So what are some of the things that you've done to grow it from that original follower base?
I'm not sure, to be honest. I just did a lot of funny content and stuff. I think having followers that are loyal to you before and they like the content that you make, they want to see another side of you. So they get to see a more personal side to me, which I think is very enticing for them.
And talk to us about the experience of having a constant direct line of contact with your subscribers. Do they always know where to set boundaries? Do they need reminding?
Yeah, and I think if not, I definitely have learned now how to set the boundary with them, because it is a service that I am providing them. They are paying to see the content that they are seeing. So I do have to sometimes set the boundary with them. This is not a relationship. This is a professional relationship.
And in terms of, from the platform perspective, how do you direct subscribers to also respect the boundaries of creators like Lottie?
That's where we have very robust content moderation. We know who everyone is on the platform, and we see everything that's happening. So direct messages are all being moderated, comments, literally there's nothing that's happening on OnlyFans that our content moderation team does not see. And if we see anyone or anything that could be considered a bad actor, then that is immediately taken action on, because we care about the safety of our creators and we put their needs at the forefront.
As a creator, do you have a direct line of contact with the platform? Obviously you do right now, because you're
I'm the CEO now, so yeah, definitely.
Before you could just, WhatsApp, Amy, hey, help me. Did you have a direct line of contact with did you have a human you could interact with?
Honestly, no, I didn't. In terms of OnlyFans, I didn't have any contact with OnlyFans team in terms of that. I just got reached out by Amy, which was amazing. I was like, that's incredible that the CEO wants to meet me, but in terms of direct messaging with the people,
if you ever needed to report something.
Oh, 100%, yeah. The guidelines are very strict in terms of harassment and bullying as well. So if you find something uncomfortable, it's hard too though, because you're not meeting these people face to face, so there's never really a safety issue,
But what's been done regarding safety in the verification process to make sure that someone doesn't suddenly try to make an account to pretend to be Lottie, including that someone who's underage cannot create an account, because we know that has happened on the platform before. What have you done to make the process more rigorous?
So we are very strictly an 18 and over platform. We do not want minors on the platform at all. We are an adult platform. We have, again, I went into our robust content moderation. We actually have a very, very strict creator verification process where creators have to provide 9 types of identification, including a selfie of themselves, a third-party biometric face scan. They also have to have a photo of a valid ID. Everything is reviewed by a human. No one can just sign up to the site and suddenly start posting. And then on top of that, our content moderation team will go back to creators to make sure they are who they say they are in all of their content. So there's regular checks being done to make sure creators are abiding by our terms of service. It's something we take very seriously to make sure we protect our community.
In terms of personally monetizing your content, obviously it is possible to monetize on other platforms. OnlyFans isn't the only one. But have you found it to be the most lucrative? And have you found it to be more lucrative than a career in high fashion that you were enjoying previously?
Well, I get a lot of traffic as well from the Daily Mail. Don't know if anyone has seen that, but I think they help me a lot with articles and things like that. They don't mean to help me, but I think it does help, because a lot of people see that and then they're like, oh, the gossip, and then they want to see more than they can, so yeah.
But do you see a world where, okay, we can monetize on all these different platforms, if any of them ever, and I'm holding out hope here, I'm not sure they are going to, but if these platforms are going to suddenly take a more OnlyFans stance and be a little more friendlier to adult content or content of a sexual nature, and they monetize them, how's OnlyFans going to compete?
I think it's all about content creators feeling safe and having a place to monetize their content. OnlyFans was before its time. It launched in 2016. We've always put safety at the foundation of our business, and that's where we have the robust creator verification checks, the robust content moderation. So we're very much leading the way when it comes to online safety. And again, everyone that uses OnlyFans is a human. So we're not getting the bots, the trolls, the things that are elsewhere. And that's something very unique, and I think it's all about
like creative
creators
control.
like
I have
Lottie's, they have
complete
the control.
creative control of it as well. Like I post what I want to post when I want to post it, and like I don't have to do anything I don't want to do. Like, and it's nice having that creative control. Whereas like in the modeling industry, I didn't really have any creative control because I was just the model. I wasn't, you know, the person that ran the magazine or whatever, or the brand person. So I think having creative control has given me like so much of a platform to just like, I mean, OnlyFans has given me such a platform to be able to just post whatever I want and just be proud of it.
Yeah.
You have control, but you still have a team. So you have a team that helps you run your OnlyFans account, is that right?
Yeah, kind of.
And what kind of supportive role do they have in that
Well, so
scenario?
they help me find out what's selling, what kind of content is selling, what kind of content isn't selling, what the people want to see, and things like that.
And then have you got people helping you spot the same thing on every single... do you have the same team that supports you with your OnlyFans support you with your Instagram and your Twitter?
No, it's separate.
That's separate.
Yeah.
Can you sort of... Do you identify any challenges that someone with a smaller profile to you may have in kind of balancing everything?
Yeah, I think it is sold in a way where I think a lot of people say, oh, you can make millions and millions from it. Obviously, not everyone's going to make millions and millions from it. You know, like having a bigger platform when you start doing OnlyFans definitely helps that. But yeah.
Where do you see the future of your personal content creation going? Like, have you got any huge aims, things you haven't yet done that you'd like to do?
Well, I'd like to join the OnlyFans TV, definitely, and do something with that. I think that would be really fun. And just expand my profile and do it on more of a higher level.
What does that mean, higher level?
Just sort of more like, I mean, bigger photo shoots, bigger shoots, and just doing, you know, collaborating with bigger people and different companies. I feel like there's such a room for different companies to collaborate with OnlyFans that you wouldn't necessarily think would collaborate. So I think that would be really fun to do.
Yeah, it's been really cool to see Lottie create relationships with other OnlyFans creators. It's pretty common that creators tend to collaborate with each other because there's something, I mean, you can speak to it best.
No, exactly. I think we find something in common with each other. So,
what about what kind of brands have wanted to work with you in terms of brand partnerships? You kind of forget with the subscription platform, and you think about monetizing on there. You're instantly thinking, oh yeah, monetizing my subscribers. But brand partnerships, overwhelmingly in this era, is how creators make money. So, since joining OnlyFans, did you spot a difference in the kind of brands that wanted to work with you across platforms?
100%, yeah. Like it's more like, you know, lingerie brands and things like that that are kind of warming up to it, and people like Playboy and things like that. So I think they're definitely, because they're already a part of that world anyway. So I think other brands, I think it's still yet to catch up to it, for sure. What do you think?
But also with that, OnlyFans allows creators to have that control. So they don't need to do the traditional brand deal, sponsored posts, because they're able to monetize directly on the platform.
Yeah.
And it can feel spammy sometimes, can't it? When you're on other platforms where people can't necessarily monetize a subscription base, so they have to monetize via brand partnerships, and it does become a bit like that. There's none of that on OnlyFans?
No.
I mean, it's not if someone wanted to do that, but that's not why fans are there. They're there because they want to connect with a creator.
They don't see it as spam because they want to see the content. Do you know what I mean? And it's not in a spammy way where it's like someone's promoting this, someone's promoting that. You're just promoting yourself and your brand.
What do you think can be done, or indeed whose responsibility is it to destigmatize OnlyFans? I'll ask you first.
I think it will be destigmatized in like the years to come. You know, I think people are just warming up to it. I think people are scared of the unknown, but I think the more people, you know, coming to a convention like this and being able to speak about it, I think is so important because people are understanding that it's actually one of the biggest companies in the world now and it's to be taken seriously.
And I'll put the same question to you. Does OnlyFans need destigmatizing, and if so, whose job is it to try and do that?
So OnlyFans really rose to fame in 2020. We've become a really unique part of the cultural zeitgeist, and that's something I'm proud of. I'm proud to be a content-inclusive platform where creators can share adult content. They can share content that they have that empowerment of sharing, and we're never going to shy away from our adult content creators. We embrace all of our creators, and that's something really unique. So it's up to each person to form their own, idea of what the platform is, but I do want to clear up misconceptions, especially that we're an 18 and over platform. We put the power back in the hands of content creators. I really feel, again, OnlyFans was before its time when being launched in 2016, when it was all about the influencers doing ads and brand deals, and now creators like Lottie can monetize their own content and have a safe place to do that.
Can you talk a bit more about how the streaming element works, OnlyFans TV that you've mentioned? How is that going to be populated? Which creators are going to be put on there? Is there going to be a way for creators to try and get on there and pitch ideas?
Yeah, so OFTV is available exclusively to OnlyFans creators to apply and submit content to. Since it is on the app stores like Apple, Android, we follow all guidelines, meaning it's all safe for work content. Everything is reviewed and moderated by our teams, and it's uploaded by them. And it's a great way for creators to be able to, again, develop a show, share who they are, and really have another platform to safely express themselves that's going to drive awareness to their OnlyFans profile. So I'm very excited to see what ideas Lottie has in store for it.
We've kind of seen the TikTokification of like loads of platforms and how short form video formats are cannibalizing longer. And then at the same time, we're seeing these platforms also want more and more of our engagement time, and so they are beginning to platform longer and longer videos. You were saying that you've been putting up more video, I'm imagining, of a more TikTok length.
Yes, definitely 10 seconds-ish, 10 to 15 seconds tend to do the best, I think.
What is your big streaming format idea that you're going to pitch Amy?
I don't really have, in
spot.
terms of like the street, for OnlyFans TV, like I want to do, I don't even want to give it away, honestly, like what I want to do with it. Because I feel like someone's going to steal the idea. It's such a good idea, but I want to do it more like streaming of like, kind of like yoga sessions or baking or working out and things like that. I think could be really fun, like live time watching people, streaming things like that. I think could be really cool.
Can I ask what the gender ratio is, if it's known?
So we don't share that, but we do, we're a very content inclusive platform. So a lot of women, we're very big in the LGBTQIA+ community. And we found that creators from all backgrounds and walks of life have been able to make OnlyFans a home because they have, again, that safe place where they're not getting the experiences they're having elsewhere. And that's something that I'm very proud of.
Amy says OnlyFans is a place for everyone, but will you be getting on there after this talk? We'll be very interested to hear if anybody does become a subscriber or indeed creator. Thank you so much for listening. You've been listening to Amy and Lottie. I've been Sophia Smith-Gaylor. Thank you.